So, Luke, tell us about the time that you captured a herd of Tyrannosaurus Spiders to overrun the court of Antarctica.
Which is actually an extremely hot place. Both times. Both times. How close it is to hell.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, what am I doing?
You're telling us about the time you wrangled and wrestled Tyrannosaurus Spiders.
Oh, yes. And then
took over the court of Antarctica.
Antarctica. Alright. Well, I really enjoy my game, which is something as many of you might know.
Your game?
My game, hunting game.
Right.
Your game
and eating game. So I went down to Africa, not for the Tyrannosaurus spiders, but actually to hunt man, the dangerous being of all.
The most dangerous being.
The most dangerous being.
Dangerous.
And the most dangerous being.
The dangerous
Spinning man on this pizza.
Yes, those round things are brain.
Round man.
No, they're
kind of man.
Tyrannosaurus spider logo. You guys ate before you got me.
I didn't. I'm broke.
Okay.
Well, I went down to shot some man, but of course, it's hard to find other men who have men ranches or own properties where you can get men.
Men ranches? I've heard some of these places.
They're not as exciting.
I hear it takes a lot of energy to run those.
So walking through Africa, trying to find a man farm, which...
Or, of course, make your own men.
Of course, more raised. I heard there was one down the river, and I was very excited to get there, so of course, I got my raft. It was one of those famed beaver rafts.
How did they turn out to be quite effective?
Oh, very effective, and I must say thank you for bringing them out to the market. Going down the river, it turns out that it was the wrong river. This river was infested with waterfalls.
I hear those are very clever.
Very, very clever indeed. So, I ran into a waterfall, and the first thing I had to do was I pulled out my 6-shooter just to take that waterfall down, but...
I wager he'd ask you a riddle.
Oh no, you're wrong.
Come on.
I have to give you one. I'm not getting into that. Little did I know that that 6-shooter would be ineffective, and he got me.
It was a male waterfall then?
It was what?
A bull waterfall?
Bull waterfall.
How do you tell the difference?
How do you tell the difference? One is larger than the other.
But what if it's just like an excessively tremendous female waterfall?
It very well could have been.
Are there any
It had an
concerning factors?
anger that I would only assume went with one of the
Maybe
bull waterfalls. No,
kind of
female waterfalls are very, very timid and not as far.
How do waterfalls reproduce? They actually, keep multiplying their species. How does that work?
The same way that we do.
Obviously.
I'm just not going to go there.
Well, needless to say, it got me, but it did not tear me to pieces, which was an amazing amount of luck on my part. But I woke up in a large nest. When I say nest,
A waterfall nest?
No, it wasn't. That's a
Baby waterfall.
That would have been horrible.
Yes, indeed. Especially after what had taken me. That was the first thing that came to my mind, that I would be fed and have to get out. But luckily, no. It was the great Tyrannosaurus spider nest, and there were a number of eggs around me, and that was the way I knew it was a nest.
What number?
Huh?
0?
A large number. The largest eggs.
like a 3-foot tall too.
So, trying to sneak away, I tried to get out of that nest, but of course, it's such amazing hearing that it was just Impossible to get away.
What was their large ears?
Yeah. I tried to sneak away. One of them caught me, and I had to wrestle it. Little did they know that I had read much upon the Tyrannosaurus spider, and I knew that its weak point was between the eyes. You simply put a finger into the orifice right there, and you had full access to his brains, and swiveled my hammer around and forgot.
Surely it was quite disgusting to stick your hand in their facial cloaca.
Actually, unlike the human cloaca, it was actually very much. What?
Can we explain to them what it is?
A cloaca is an organ they use to pee and poop and sexually reproduce with.
Well,
Like cucumbers and birds have.
Birds. Well, it was much drier than expected, and my first thought when going in was that it would be something I would have to wash off after this, and I wasn't really in the mood to going in any more rivers, but...
What with the waterfall?
Yeah, it was much drier than that, much like a bowl of coffee beans, kind of. Coffee beans were stuck to the outside. Anyway, for the falling of the mother, which I did not expect at all, all the eggs started to slowly hatch one by one by one. But they opened up, came to me, terrified. I knew the only thing I could do was to let them know that I was in fact their mother. And so...
Now, I did hear tell that the mothers let themselves be known as the mothers to their babies by singing show tunes to them. I've heard this from many of my hunter friends.
You have obviously never been to my Broadway show.
At what point I shall have to rectify in the future.
Yes, you very much it is a great show, dare I say myself. But
what with the captured Tyrannosaurus Spiders?
Yes, but I was told to take the show recently, and I was very ashamed. I was very angered by that.
Following the incident in New York with the monkey.
Yes. After singing the show tunes, I let them know that I was their mother, and they accepted me. I knew I had to get somewhere civilized, somewhere I could get food and get back to, all of Europe. And I knew I was in Africa, which is very, very close to hell, very close to the south. And the closest place I knew was the court of Antarctica. So I got on my spiders, and we went, a giant herd of them, all the way down to Antarctica, where I met...
But everyone knows that the Tyrannosaurus spider is one of the most easily fried ever. How did you bypass this in one of the closest places to hell? Tyrannosaurus tarantula. Tyrannosaurus tarantula.
No.
Tarantula.
Yes, of course they are. Of course they are really prone to frying.
With the water.
Well, that's why they have over time evolved the armor used in their nests. The weapon that they create the nest out of, they would roll themselves around in. I was hoping that it wouldn't come to that, but I too had to ride on the alpha one of the litter and roll around myself and just be covered in this disgusting goo on my way down to hell.
Now, being as you were on the bottom of the earth, how did you manage not to fall off of the planet straight into hell?
Well,
it's a good thing spiders can climb walls.
You know what's talking about jumping spiders, yes?
Yes, I have had quite intimate experience with that particular...
I haven't actually seen them, but I have done a little bit of reading, and it just so happens that the ability to jump is in most spiders, and these spiders would leap towers high given the chance. So we simply leaped over the gap between the Earth and Antarctica and landed on Antarctica.